Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2 with a little alley cat also in view. She's getting the tarot table warmed up for us, guys. Today's date is Thursday, March 7th, 2024. And in this video, I want to go at a perky pace because tonight, in just a little over 7 hours, number 46, the person playing the part of our 46 commander-in-chief or chief executive of the defunct U.S. corporation, is making a State of the Union address. It is going to be historic. Already, it's going to be historic because this is the first time in United States history that a chief executive who has been deemed unfit to stand trial, be held accountable for actions, is giving a State of the Union address. Just for that reason alone, it's historic. Now, I'd like to take you to a compilation I've got, and I've got a cat now playing with ring lights, so if the light's flickering, you know why. She's batting it up and down. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to take you to a compilation I've got that's got a little information, and some of it's humorous, I tell you right now, because besides being historic for the event, for the reason I already mentioned, it's going to be great fodder for meme makers across the world. Now, if you're not in the United, now she's playing with the tarot gems. Okay. So for those of you that said you're not seeing enough of Allie, shh, she heard you. Stop. And oh my gosh. Okay. The compilation, back to that. Some of it's humorous, okay, admittedly so. But our question is going to be quite serious for the universe, just kind of what to anticipate. And I'm willing to put this out here in advance so you can see what the cards seem to tell all of us to, as far as insights and information and a peek ahead, what impact this address will have. So I'll take you to that share screen. If you'd like to look at it in more detail, you can click on the Facebook link that'll be in the video description box. I apologize for all of the laughter and cat shenanigans, but I decided since I'm on a time limit here, I can't wait for her to go take a nap. I've got to get started. So you know some of the background things I deal with now in preparing a video here in my home studio. So let's go to that share screen and see what I've got for you. Okay, now this is his official announcement, his being 46's official announcement. Tune in at 9 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow evening for my plan on how we get it done. And here's the website, the government website that you can click on if you so. Now, the link won't work for me, but if you type this in, you'll be able to get to it. Okay, and it is now a little over 7 hours. This will probably video be up on YouTube with 6 hours to play before we find out how right or wrong I was with what I compiled. It's interesting to note that there is fencing being put up around where the Capitol, where the State of the Union address will be held. And I believe it's not because there's a clear and present danger, but it's more optics. Maybe they're trying to push that thought that people on the far right can be, violent and they need protection from them. So I don't think there's any kind of a real reason for that to be there. Most of us who are on the far right are just waiting to see what kind of gaffes are made. We wouldn't interrupt that for the world. Okay, next up on my compilation, and I do have, you can look at the social media post that this was attached to right here. This is just a standalone picture, again, of the fencing going up around the Capitol building. Very dramatic. Reminds me of toddlers with an empty suitcase. I'm running away from home. Okay, a little more. This is humor. This just made me laugh. We know that time and again, 46 tries to find ways that things that he has in common with the regular human walking around on the planet. And so I thought this was humorous. So that's included only for humor. It's not intended to be a real claim that 46 is made. Now, for the second year in a row, Donald Trump has informed everybody he's going to do a live rebuttal, play by play, as the State of the Union address is done. And he did an excellent job last year, having his facts, figures, and being able to do accurate rebuttals and give data to support it during that State of the Union address. If you would like to view that as it happens, I've also included a link for one spot. There may be more, but I do know this is one. The Right Side Broadcasting Network is planning to air that live play-by-play rebuttal. And so it just depends on what you want to watch. I kind of think I want to watch. There'll be so many little film clips of the gaffes tomorrow. I don't know. I'd like to play them side by side or only play the rebuttal. And then there's a lot of people acknowledging the humor of the situation. And if you'd like to play a drinking game during the State of the Union, here is one sample bingo card that you can print off. Okay. Phrases you may hear, names you may hear, blames you may see made. Okay. And so you can play Biden bingo and drinking game. So I usually use the tarot deck I always use it for an intuitive aid. I don't usually try to do any prognostication, but I think the timeline is narrow enough now that the variables of how this State of the Union address will unfold is narrow enough that I feel comfortable and I felt like, but this is going to sound weird, but I felt like the cards wanted to speak to this topic. So let's just ask the universe via the tarot cards for insights and information about what we can expect or impact that this State of the Union address may have. Again, if you're not in the United States, typically and historically, once a year, our president gets on live TV and makes a State of the Union address. In that live performance, there's no editing and reruns. It truly is a live performance, and I don't believe that they're utilizing any technology that would, or have technology that would make it anything but a live event. Now, we'll have to be careful. There have been numerous stand-ins for the person seen in the public eye as Joe Biden, 46. So let's just ask the universe. Tonight's State of the Union address, whoever makes that and is playing the part of, or is, I don't think there's an is, but Joe Biden, playing the part of or acting in the auspices of Joe Biden. What insights, information, and impact will this State of the Union have that we can be advised about? Let's see. Now, one thing I have done is I've done kind of my preparatory, work that I do behind the scenes before I start a channel, the video. I did say that I'm going to use the full Kachina knife spread, which means that there'll be, besides the initial 7, there'll be 4 more. I want each successive looking ahead thing to be more impactful. So usually the first one's the most impactful. Tonight, the last 2 are going to be the most impactful. So let's see what the universe wants us to know about this State of the Union address that is happening in just a few hours. Okay, Allie's redecorating has been fixed. The ring light's back in position. The gems are back evenly distributed or somewhat. And we're asking the universe about the State of the Union address happening on live TV tonight here in the US. And just insights, information, and impact. With the cards getting more, speaking of impact, impactful as I go. Okay, our first card is the 2 of Swords. Then we have the 5 of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands, another 6, 6 of Cups, and another ace, ace of wands. Okay, now, in my question, there was no yes or no element to it. We were asking for insights, information, and potential impact of the State of the Union address tonight. So I'm going to share with you the insights that I'm getting from the cards so far, and then we'll look at the further four, which will get progressively more impactful as they show up. What I'm getting so far, just in a general reading, and I'll show you why, is that they actually were looking for an excuse to cancel the State of the Union address, and they're very annoyed that they were unable to do so. It is happening without their being the administration of 46 and the puppeteers behind them. If they're not happy about having to do it, they wanted to get out of it. That may have had something to do with what the fencing was about, actually. Maybe they're going to try to, at the last minute, say there's a danger and it has to be canceled or rescheduled. So we'll have to see how that ends up playing out. Now, the situation, why I'm saying that, the situation, we've got the Two of Swords here for the situation card and then telling a little more about it. And that's where I got that, because often this is a stalemate card, okay, or a truce. Like you had to go ahead and do it, didn't want to. They were trying to go around and find a workaround for this live event, and we're unable to. Reason why, the Ace of Swords, that's our justice suit. Okay. 46 doesn't pull the strings for 46, and the deep state no longer pulls all the strings for 46. We definitely are seeing things play out, guys. It is a movie. Okay. And they were not given an out. Okay. And apparently their cadre of 46 players, I know when it was that Roberts fellow, he truly was having some dementia issues of his own. I hear there's another one that either passed away or retired. And so their collection of part players has gotten to the point that they've all got issues with presenting facts and information in a intelligent and collected manner. The present card here is the Seven of Pentacles, which just says they're going to be able to partially pull this off, but not completely. Okay. There's going to be numerous gaffes and meme opportunities and things like that. If you're playing a drinking game tonight, please make sure you have a designated driver going home. Please. Okay. Now, one of the reasons that I said that they're annoyed to have to do this card is indicating a truce, kind of a stalemate. And multiple sixes, when you have two sixes showing up, pardon me, I pointed the wrong one, 6 and 6, showing up in a read, those often indicate some annoyance and irritability. And that's interesting, isn't it? Now, if you've been watching me as a tarot reader, one of the things that tarot readers do is they make note of where their eyes are drawn to in a card. So whereas traditionally, my eyes are drawn to the wreaths that indicate success, today it was the sixes. So that's why, even though in another read I might say, oh, victory, today I'm noticing the 2 6s, and with the Rider-Waite deck, 2 6s often indicate some irritability going on, which kind of jives with the stalemate, the truce, kind of the going ahead and taking a path that they're is not very comfortable for them. Okay, now, again, I was talking about as I went through this Kachina knife spread, the next 4 cards are going to get ever more impactful. Okay, the Ace of Wands here indicates that there's some new beginnings that are going to be indicated by this. I don't know if that means a resignation or what, but this is a card. First of all, it's actions and events. Okay, and that there's some potential here. Some inspiration is showing up, and definitely that's going to be inspiration for the meme makers of this event. The other card here we've got on the other side of that, one of our sixes here, was the Six of Cups. And that is, there's not going to be any direct harm that comes from this. It really is. You saw me laughing at the start of my cat. I've been laughing and sharing that meme and the drinking game template. So there's not going to be any huge events that are concerning. as a direct result, not that I'm seeing yet, of this State of the Union address. Okay, now we're getting into the final four that are more impactful. We have the Emperor showing up. Hello, Emperor. And the Moon. Okay, they're getting more impactful. All right, it looks like, now that I'm layering these on top, it looks like 46 is going to be leaving office before his term is up. I feel pretty comfortable saying that, okay? And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but right now with these showing up together, the Emperor is one of my strongest White Hat Alliance cards. And they kind of like, okay, he's played his part. This extensive chapter of the movie needs to be gone. And the Moon often indicates a departing in some way. So I'm thinking that they're not so much a retirement, but they're going to retire the Biden persona and character via a gone from life type of situation. Okay, then we have here's our final and most impactful cards. Okay, we have the deep satisfaction here. I gotta say, the White Hats are enjoying this, okay? And Patriots are too. And I'm sure if there's still any, if there ever were, any true deep Biden supporters out there, they are just worried to death about how he's gonna handle this speech tonight. And we got a lot of events going on. We know that's happening. We've gone from drip drip to trickle trickle with information and events. We got resignations and people bowing out of the public eye right and left at a very fast pace. And that pace is going to continue. But again, State of the Union address, they tried to get out of it. They may still try to. That fencing may be some part of making an excuse about it's too dangerous to proceed. What have you, we'll see how that plays out. They'd like to get out of it. Doesn't look like they will. Nothing too worrisome that's going to be shared. We know there's going to be a lot of, this card also indicates untruths. So yeah, the statistics and successes that are claimed by 46 are not going to be valid and true and honest, but I would have expected nothing else. And if you have a good logical brain, neither would you. So let's recap. First of all, the start of my video was a little rough with Allie contributing to working with the ring light and the gems and things like that. I apologize for that. But again, it's a home production and I am what I am. So we were asking the cards if there was anything to anticipate, some insights, information, or impact about the upcoming State of the Union address that's happening in a few hours with the person playing the part of or appearing as number 46 on the presidential roster. And the cards had some information for us. I also set this up a little differently, so the cards were getting more impactful farther down the read. Usually the first two insight cards are the strongest. But since I specified that as I was doing the dealing, the universe kind of works with us on that. So the situation, I said, because this card is often about a stalemate, that the 46 team tried to get out of it. They tried to find a workaround and get out of doing a live State of the Union address. In fact, that may be the purpose of the fencing that they're very dramatically putting up for safety reasons tonight. Again, with that trying to get out of it, we may still see some action in that part that they claim it's too dangerous to proceed or what have you. And of course, who are they fearing? The far right. I said, most of us far right people, like I said, we got our drinking games ready. We're ready for some meme fodder. We want this speech to go without a hitch and let 46 just show all his speaking glory. The Justice card of the Ace of Swords showed up in the recent past, saying that they don't pull all the, they being the 46 team, don't pull all of the puppet strings anymore, and they were told to go ahead with this. They were not going to get out of it, although I still think they might. They there'll be some fodder, meme fodder that shows up tonight. The insights, we had the 2 6s show up, and 6s when they show up in combination in a tarot read, 2 6s kind of indicates some irritability, and that's why I said, looking at the stalemate card above, that they tried to get out of it and they're not very happy that they weren't successful at that. Card of new beginnings shows up here. Not quite, it's not yet the most impactful cards, but that's interesting because the Ace of Wands is kind of a card of success and stuff. Now we're getting into the 4 that were the most impactful, and here they are. The Emperor card showed up with the Moon card. Moon card often talks about an ending of a physical existence. Okay, definitely to some untruths, things like that. So I said, based on these cards here, that what it's looking like is going to happen is the person playing the part of 46 is somewhere or another in the near future going to be departing the stage. Okay, and it looks like they're leaning mostly towards an end of life type of explanation, not a 25th Amendment removal or anything like that. Okay, now we're told there's going to be lots of events going on, but we're actually ultimately going to be really happy with how those unfold. Okay, so again, we're going from dark to light. Okay, we're coming to the time when things resolve in a very beautiful, wonderful way. We're going to be happy with them. So as events unfold, don't let them affect you. Observe them without absorbing them. And especially by now, with all of the nonstop efforts on the part of the mainstream and the deep state to engender the fear and anxiety they used to do so successfully. Okay, just keep yourself one step removed, watch it play out, and just understand that we're not going back to what we had before. The slavery and lack of sovereignty and health impacts and things like that. We're not going to take any steps backward. It's not going to happen. And I find it kind of amusing, actually. What I notice is the tactics of the deep state and the mainstream media, which, is their strongest weapon pack at this point. They're trying what used to work harder. And when I was teaching, when we were working at changing behavior, we call that extinction behavior. It get worse before it got better, but once it got better, it did so quickly. So I kind of like that they're trying to engender more fear, that they're trying to make people more anxious, that they're trying to make us worry about a new this or a new that or a new malady here or situation there, because it's extinction behavior. And what's getting extinguished is the deep state control and the hampering of the path of humanity to their best, most beautiful potential. That's it for this video. I thank you so much for your time, attention, and patience. Because I didn't feel like I had time to do 2 or 3 takes. This was a 1-take thing. So Allie's in there and the laughter and the gemstones moving around, and it's all part of the package of what you get today from Laura's View and Tarot 2. If you would like to receive it, I send you love, light, and wish everything bright for you. And again, if you're doing any Biden drinking games tonight, get a designated driver because there's going to be lots of reasons to take a shot.